and gentlemen, who has drawn the short straw and has to cover the 114th World Series. Good morning, Aaron Katersky.
Well, good morning, sir. This one is happening in the city of Boston, which is recently familiar with winning things. But I have to say, in the time of my growing up there,
Yes.
was a nation of heartache. But nonetheless, we'll take the recent success, and they're looking to win the World Series for the first time in 5 years. Dodgers looking to do it for the first time in 30 years. Last time, of course, was the Kirk Gibson walk-off dinger, and that worked out. Okay.
Yeah, I can't believe what I just saw. So get out of your news hat for a second, Aaron Katersky. As a fan of Boston sports, does it ever get boring when your teams keep winning?
So much winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a Trump campaign slogan, doesn't it? I have to say, with humility and modesty, no. However, it's weird because when Steve Grogan was the Patriots quarterback growing up, and Carl Yastrzemski was in his waning days, and Mike Greenwell was playing left field for the Red Sox. It was not a good look. We had the Celtics in the 80s, which was where redemption fell. But to have baseball success was almost unheard of. And then there was the Buckner episode, which
Yes.
we don't speak of.
Well, and then the Boston won their first World Series right here in St. Louis at Busch Stadium, and even then. There was there was sort of like a sense of America's team rooting for Boston because they were so heartbroken over the years. But now you guys have become sort of the hated, rude fans because you win so much.
Because we're insufferable now, right? I mean, with the winning and the attitude, and it is weird because there's been a generation of Bostonians that knows only that, and ESPN did a great comparison about the tremendous success over the last decade plus for all four teams, and then and for the Red Sox to be where they are is just awesome. I mean, money talks, of course, and I think but this team is I think fun because it Mookie Betts became probably the MVP, right? But it's not a roster of stars necessarily. It's just they wear you down. They play real baseball and get guys on base and have runners cross the plate, and it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, when the Red Sox beat the Cardinals, the great stories of somebody going out to their dad's grave and putting a baseball card in the dad's grave, right? I mean, that was great. Now it's like, get the World Series over with. We can't, these Red Sox fans
do the parade, and then we'll, let's start again next year. I know. This is it's weird.
Yeah. The one more thing I want to ask you about, and that is, this is the coolest stat. Baseball has changed so much, and now the bullpens are running games and everything else. But the last time the Dodgers and the Red Sox played in the World Series was 1916, 102 years ago.
That's right, and the Dodgers were still in Brooklyn. They weren't even called the Dodgers yet. They were called the Robins, after the guy who was managing them at the time. And the Red Sox started a pitcher named Babe Ruth, who, it turns out, had a fairly decent career in another city.
Yeah. He was part of his, 29 scoreless innings in the World Series?
Insane. And actually, that World Series, even though Fenway Park was operable, it is the nation's oldest ballpark, and but the games in 1916 were actually played where the Boston Braves played their games because it was just bigger and they needed more room for the fans, and but I think this one the Old Town Park will do just fine tonight.
There you go, Aaron. Good luck and thanks for checking in.
Okay, Steve McGraw.